Okay, supposedly this is working. Seems like I might be too loud. Let's go with the live camera, and then we can see if anybody's chatting. Man, this is a whole different experience for me. Hello, everybody. It's the new. Oh, chat's not going to work the same anymore. I just realized that, and there's a calculator on my screen. Let's actually hold on a second. Let's do this. Start up the Xcode. Welcome to the first Slime Live on YouTube. Should be a good, fun time today. You can't see anything yet because I closed my screen because I'm completely discombobulated. I'm trying to get this going. Let's see. I'll be right back with you in just a minute, assuming that you're watching. Everything wants me to update too. I don't want to update. I'm good. All right. Now we should be good. If you're watching live, if you're watching the stream, hey, Colin's here. Okay, good. Colin, can you hear me? Can you see me? Are things working somewhat functionally? Other than the fact that like the chat screen isn't going to work. I didn't do any prep for this hardly. I just made sure that the stream could actually stream. So we're going to do this very live. I've got a very new camera set up. The camera's over here now instead of where it was here. You can't really tell the difference. I've got a new lens on the camera that's a longer throw lens. Should make me look much more beautiful, except I can't do the thing where I grab the lens and then like zoom it in and out. I can only do this like really awkward, you know, like move the camera around thing. Okay, code is small. That should be expected. Let's fix that. Editor. Theme. We wanted Twitch dark. Except we're not on Twitch now, but that's what it is. Okay, now let's see if the camera is horrible. Oh, camera's fine. Looks like camera's fine. Yeah, okay. So it should feel like you're right on top of me, except the camera's like, I can't even reach. Can't reach the camera. But I should be able to lean forward, lean back, be all good. I've got a new boom arm for the microphone, which I'm going to have to just get in a place where I'm used to. This all feels not quite in position yet, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. All right. That should be... Well, now that's too close to my face. Oh, well. I hope everybody's having a good 2021. Colin, I hope you're doing great. I can't even see... Okay, I can see how we have concurrent viewers. YouTube doesn't let me see who's actually watching like Twitch does. That's a pain. It just has a weird visual setup. Let's see. Stream. Ah, here we go. That's a different view. Nope, hold on. Sorry, I'm going through the YouTube dashboard and it's just really weird. Comparatively to Twitch, it's just odd. I'm just not used to looking at it this way yet. Okay, stream settings, stream health, analytics. Cool. So, yeah, I hope everybody's had a good start to your brand new year. I hope you had a good and safe New Year's Eve. Things have been well for me. I took effectively a 2-week vacation. There's a participants window you can open on the viewer end in the upper right-hand corner of the chat. I don't know. Is that in like the 3-button menu? Oh, look at that. Oh, and I can pop out chat. That's what I need. That'll be better. Okay. Because, so I'm going to get away. I'm using Streamlabs OBS right now, and I'm going to get away from that. I'm just going to use like boring old OBS. And then I'm going to shift to Stream Elements to do like the visual stuff. But not quite there yet. Have been very busy. So speaking of which, yeah, I took 2 weeks, took a vacation, took some time off, took some time to play with some music stuff. Haven't really even programmed very much. I did a little bit. So I've done a little bit that wasn't on the stream. I kind of took a week or so off from creating content. I wasn't planning on it, but then I just decided that I needed some rest time. So that's what happened. And it's been good. But we're now back to creating the plugin once again. And where we're at right now, let's load it up because I don't even quite remember what I was working on. I've like this is the time I spent during the New Year's doing stuff was like spent a couple of days completely redoing my desk setup because we had Christmas and did presents and all that sort of stuff. So my wife bought me this nifty 4-track that you can't see that's out of camera shot. Makes me want to get a second camera because I would like to have that sweet overhead shot, you know, that's down on the 4-track. I pulled out my old pocket operator and started playing with stuff. I got a new little DIY synth, which is the Korg NTS1, which is really, really cool. But now I'm like really set up to create any type of content at any time at almost any moment's notice, which is really cool. So I spent a lot of time doing the setup work for that. So I don't even remember, quite frankly, like where we're at with the plugin. I do in that I messed with it yesterday. But I don't know like what I want to do. So this is a bunch of ideas that I had we're not going to do. So effectively what we're going to do, I think I might not mess with bitcrushed slider responsiveness. I've refactored the effects panel and sliders a bit. I don't think I'm going to end up drawing my own sliders, and I don't think I'm going to add a ping pong. I think we're actually really close. I think we're really close to... I've got to make a decision on if I'm going to make everything a 3-thumb slider. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Or if I'm not going to do that, then I need to get some copies of other DAWs like Ableton, maybe Logic, download those and make sure that the program, the plugin works properly, which I know it doesn't in Ableton at the very least. The AU version pops up 2 versions. Then I want to port it all to Windows, which I will not do on stream because I don't have a PC properly set up for that. And I'm not going to take the time to do that. At some point, I probably will buy a new PC and stream stuff. I've been watching OG Doom videos all morning, and it makes me really want to actually like stream playing Doom, which would be fun. And then from there, once we port to Windows, once that's all good, we should have a Windows VST, a Windows AU, I guess a Windows VST, a Mac AU, and a Mac VST. And then the question is, do I go ahead and port this AAX to Pro Tools? And I really want to do that, but it seems like it's going to be a lot of work. And I think I have to get set up with Pace and iLock, I think. So that just requires a set of research. Like I can do the rest no problem, but the AAX version to get it onto Pro Tools would be ideal, but it just seems like it takes a good chunk of extra work. Okay, so I've learned that I don't care at all about the YouTube Live Analytics. So we're going to get rid of that. I do want to see myself and my camera live, so I do need to have Streamlabs up. I do want the chat up. Okay. So today's music is totally copyrighted and is primarily the reason that we've switched to YouTube. It is brought to you by my dear friend Black Moth, who you can find at Instagram on I think it's BLKMTH on Instagram. Yeah, because he has on like his actual artist name includes the vowels, but his Instagram does not. So we're trying an experiment today with the music. We're gonna loop an album of his, the entire stream, and with the intention that this stream will not be monetized, or it will be monetized in a way, but any monetization he should be able to claim copyright for. And if that works effectively, then what I'm going to be able to do is loop anybody's album, almost anybody. Let's not talk about like super famous artists, but loop almost anybody's album and have them claim copyright on it. And so long as it's not a copyright strike and YouTube doesn't take the video down and nobody's a jerk about it, then everybody else can claim these videos for monetization. I won't get $1 from them. I don't need it. They're not going to monetize well at all, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll monetize okay. Maybe I will get some viewers, but I don't anticipate a lot of them. Okay. Need developer access. Okay. But effectively, like, I don't need to monetize this and other people can take the rights and it's great. So that's what we're going to do. So it's a big test stream for a lot of stuff. Oh. It is unhappy already. What is going on? Breakpoint. Where did this break? Attachment? Yikes. State to use. I was just using the plugin in non-developer mode last night and this did not crash. Okay, slider with text. Optional attachment instantiation on movement slider. Okay. This is the first for me. All right, so we'll call in. How did your New Year's go? Oh, that's funny. Now the participant says it's just me. So either Colin left or YouTube doesn't register it, which will be fun. Well, I think this is going to get mad at me if I do this. This is not good. Expected a statement. Oh, let's just remove the if. I'm still here. New Year's went real well. Great. Glad to hear that. Okay, Reaper famously failed loading project. Yes, we can load the project. It's fine. Oh, we don't want to load this project. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now it loads. Okay, so we've got an issue where the feedback and the delay time has a GUI issue. Introduced Catherine to the Fellowship of the Ring, which was a super fun new thing for her. Ooh. My wife is probably the biggest Lord of the Rings fan in existence. She has headphones on, so she can't hear me right now because she's got noise canceling on. But yeah, good call. You, sir, you made a good choice. Okay, so we've got this GUI problem here with the underline. This should be just up here. Challenge accepted. We've got the movement sliders that probably don't work now because I've had to comment them out. The free time button doesn't appear anymore, and our text for what tempo we're at, like the eighth notes, quarter notes, blah blah blah, is busted. Hey Nick, how are you doing, sir? Thank you both for hanging out. So let's tackle these one at a time, shall we? We'll tackle the feedback for. I guess. Do I need to intro this? Do I need to say what I do here? I did. I had a fantastic New Year's. I stayed up way too late on New Year's Eve. So I paid for it yesterday. I was gonna do a fast all day yesterday, and I failed because I stayed up way too late the night before. So by like midday yesterday, I just did not feel good. So I was like, I need to eat. That would be a good idea. So, but by yesterday night, I was feeling great. And yesterday, I was going to do a lot of work, but I ended up just cleaning around the house. And then I watched a movie last night and watched a movie for the first time in a really long time. Do a 3:00 p.m. intro, like wait 40 minutes and then do an intro. Was that what you're telling me to do? The lighting looks weird now. I look like orange on my computer, I feel like. Just wait until 3 p.m. and then say hi to people. I think that it looks weird because it doesn't look weird on my camera footage, but it looks weird on Streamlabs Elements. But one of those, for you tuning in, I'm Adam things. Okay. Why not? I guess, here. For those of you who are watching on VOD, because that'll probably be most of you, this is going to be hard from here on out because none of you are going to see this. I got to get this working somehow because the chat window needs to pop up. Because if I'm going to respond to you on chat, I guess YouTube does have live chat replay. I think. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, for those of you who are watching on VOD and see this stream for the very first time, this is not the first stream I've ever done. I used to stream over on Twitch for the last couple of months, and now I'm moving over to YouTube because of copyright and music things. You are again listening to Black Moth. It's an ambient, doombient composer. It's a dear friend of mine. It's a great guy out of Maryland. You can find him on Instagram at BLKMTH, I believe that it is. I stream audio plugin development. As you were seeing live on your screen, we've got a plugin that we're working on right now that is a delay plugin with a bitcrusher. Been doing it for months. We'll hopefully not be doing it for too many more months. It's New Year, so we're in a new place. And this is what we're going to keep doing every Saturday, 2 p.m. until I decide to change that. Or you can watch live not live, but on video on demand. So there you go. There's your intro at 2:23 p.m. 2:23 p.m. Oh, yeah. Don't think the music is coming through at Saffron Works. Sanity, check me on that. Okay. It might be quiet. Let me see. Do you hear it more now? I just cranked it in iTunes. All right. While you guys chat about that, nothing coming through either. Yeah, I can hear it if I crank it on my end. Okay, let me just make it louder. Okay, tell me if that level is still too quiet. I could be massively loud too, because on loopback, it says that I'm like peaking like crazy. But I'm trusting you guys in that I'm not distorted. My interface says that I'm loud but not distorting. Streamlabs says that I'm distorting. And yeah, I mean, you should really be only to hear the music when I'm not talking, or at least like be light, something like that. I'll go watch I'll watch the replay of this. This album too. At some point I'm gonna have these things up visually, but this album is called Achromatic. You can find it on any streaming service. Okay. Sounds like Black Moth would be something I would like to listen to coming from an electronic producer. He's great. Yeah, I think his work is awesome. His name is Jack. Jack is by far the inspiration for like all of the work that I did over New Year's. Like, the guy put out 12 releases last year, 6 unreleased albums, and almost 100 unreleased singles last year. And I'm not trying to brag on it of like, oh, there's a ton of unreleased stuff that's not that good. The amount of just sheer volume of content that guy puts out is insane. Like actual inhuman. It was one of the things that when I ran into his account and then started DMing him, I was like, how you just released an album, now you're releasing another album? It's like 3 weeks later. What are you doing? And if you've seen me, I've recently posted emails and articles about preparedness. This is the entire inspiration for that. He does work in modular, Nick. He records completely DAW-less live to tape. Which on one hand, you're going to look at me and be like, well, that's why he works so fast, because he just records live whatever he does, and it's live to tape, and then, he just puts it out. That is true. But he practices and messes with his tones until he finds exactly what he wants. He's got his modular set up in a way that he knows exactly what he's going to get out of each tool. And it's not that he's just seeing what comes out and records, sketches. What he's making with very much intentional. He makes the sounds very intentionally. But yeah, he records live to a 4-track and then mixes it live on a 4-track and then puts that output into re-records that output into a DAW, and then he's done. But the only time it touches his DAW is when he's recording it to make it digital. It's just essentially hitting play on a cassette tape and then recording it back into his DAW. And that's what it is. So you've heard me talk about having a 4-track. Kosh just got a 4-track not too long. Like, he's very much the reason that we've gotten a bunch of music set up in a certain way. And my setup for the streaming stuff and for the programming and everything is now set up where I can literally sit down, and all I have to do is all I did to get the stream going was sat down, took the cover off of my camera, pulled my microphone down, pulled my monitor back, and was ready to go. Like, I can log on and stream within 10 seconds. It does not take any effort for me to get here at all. So in reducing resistance, it's like I learned a lot from him of how to do that, because I don't know that I need to be as prolific of a content creator as he is. I don't know that I would like to be. But the importance of this cell phone is the easiest thing in the world to get into, right? You just pick it up and it lights up when you pick it up. And you don't even have to press a button. You just put your thumb on it and you can get into your phone and just start scrolling, right? To work and get work done, and do it rapidly with focus, this device needs to go away and be hard to get into. You can see it's right there. But it needs to be hard to get into. It needs to be away from you. There needs to be a level of resistance to that, because we will inevitably turn to the thing of least resistance. So making your content creation, your music, your games, your whatever setup, the thing that you're going to get into, very easy to get into, is just super key. So yeah, I sat down yesterday and made an Instagram post with the plugin that I've been working on and played around with it. And that took me, 20 minutes to pull together some stuff and record it to tape and play around and just goof off. And it was great. It was fun. I had a lot of good time. So let's see if we can fix these things on the plugin one by one. I'll show you what I did. So slider with text and button is not a class anymore. Like, it is a class. It exists. It's written in CPP and H files. But if I've done my job right, which I think I did before I stopped working on it, this class isn't used in the plugin at all anymore. And that's because I realized I've only got one slider that is a slider with text and button. And if I'm not going to repeat using it, then it doesn't need to be there. So I think that's the case, and that's probably why I'm getting the issues that I'm getting with the attachment for the movement speed. So I want to find where we have feedback slider in the effects panel. So the effects panel, I think it was the feedback slider. Let's look again. Let's build. Let's see what's the GUI is wrong. I want to get rid of the drop shadow first. Okay. So the delay time has a drop shadow on it because the drop shadow is actually, so you can see on feedback there's a drop shadow here underneath the preset panel. It's actually, that drop shadow is actually part of the feedback slider. So there's a drop shadow on the delay time slider that we need to fix. And yes, Nick, his work ethic is absolutely insane. He's Jack Blackmoth is trying to get into game and movie scoring. So we've been chatting quite a bit, and a couple of people told him to like make video captures of games and stuff. And I think I talked to him about it yesterday, and he came out with one this morning. Like, you're like, hey, go do this, and then it's within 24 hours it's done. His speed it just makes you feel like you don't do anything. Like when somebody pulls out work that quick, you're just like, I'm not good at what I do anymore. Yeah. Yeah, Colin, and I'm not kidding around. I have very much learned the importance of preparedness, and taking something that you learn and immediately putting it into action, like without hesitation. And it was like, I think we've been talking a month or two, something like that. And he's chatted with me about, like, there's already people talking to him about putting some of his tracks in games. Like, it's just 2 months ago, this wasn't even on his radar. So it's just crazy. But I want to promote people like that and promote friends and play their music. So here you go. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Or like, every 2 days. So, or yeah, it would be if you were doing a tutorial every single day. And the way that you did that is that you made a tutorial every single day, and then you built a backlog up. So you were releasing them almost every day. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so we said that was the delay slider. So that's here. And I don't remember where the GUI drop shadow must be in slider with text, I bet. Background gradient. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, bool background gradient. And that probably has a default, which is false. That's interesting. Okay. Huh. So I did some defaulting and some constructor inherit. I don't think it's called inheritance. What is it called? Wasn't copying. There's a thing where you can make one constructor, or you can effectively have two constructors in a thing, and they share properties. So you'll see here I've got one constructor has processor, processor pointer, slider ID. Did the music just die? Yeah. Okay. I put it on loop, man. What the crap? My iTunes doesn't show me loop very well. That's loop 1. That's not loop. Okay. That should be back. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that we have button ID, button label in this. No, it's not polymorphism. Hold on. Let me Google it. Oh, come on. Constructor. It's not inheritance, but I'm going to. Inheritance and constructors. No. Multiple constructor. What is it called? Hold on. Oh, constructor initialization, I think it is. Initialize one constructor with another C++. What is it called? Okay, I don't remember the exact term for it, and I'm not finding it in a very quick Google search, and I want to move on. No, it's not overloading. It's essentially using one constructor calling one constructor out of another. So it's here. So if I call slider with text with all of this information with the button ID and the button label, I've already made this constructor, right? So this is what would be the quote unquote default constructor. It's not defaulted because it's got arguments, right? But this is the original constructors here. And I want all of this stuff to happen, right? No matter what, whenever I make a slider, I want all of the stuff in that constructor to happen. But here I've got stuff with buttons, right? So it doesn't make sense to have a second constructor copy all of the stuff from the first. So what I'm doing is in the initializer list, I call the first constructor, right? And so it does all the stuff from the first constructor first, and then it does the button thing and makes the button attachment, right? It's something like, it's not deferred construction, but it's something like that. But effectively, like in the initialization list, you're just calling the other constructor, and it works. It's really cool. C++ 11 plus is what you can do that with. Okay, so it's too loud now. Yeah, this is gonna be the cool thing about YouTube. If this works, I'm gonna talk to him after the stream. If this works, and he can copyright claim the video and nothing happens, it's bad, then I can play anybody's music that I want and then DM them and be like, hey, I used your music on my stream. Copyright claim my video. Go ahead. It's fine. And that, my friends, is what we call building relationships and networking and making friends. Okay, so make visible setup slider attachment, slider bounds, text style colors. Where's the gradient? Background gradient, gradient fill, background gradient. That's a true false. I don't remember. It's been so long since I messed with this. It might be in Paint. Yeah. Gradient fill, if gradient fill. Okay, so clearly it's constructing wrong. I will find this. Yeah, constructor delegation. That is it. That is correct. Constructor delegation. Okay, so we get background gradient as a true-false bool. It is defaulted to false in both cases. I'm very confused by this because it should just be false. That's weird. Okay, so we did processor slider label, slider ID, slider label, local bounds. No, not this. Processor slider ID, slider label, local bounds. Oh, button text. Okay, that's what's going wrong. That's part of what's going wrong. Okay, so this calls the button ID, button label, background gradient, movement ID. Okay, so I think I'm not getting into movement ID. I think that's what the problem is. Okay, so false, and then what's the movement ID? State controller. Yeah. This was on delay time. Free time button ID, delay max, delay min, delay movement ID. Okay, let's try that. Why did this build before? Okay. Then look at this. Yo, dummy, you've hard-coded the delay movement slider inside the slider with text and button class because you're only using this once. Why did you make it a separate class? That's a great question, and I solved it later and I removed. So all of these are slider with texts now. Okay. That won't have solved. Well, that might have solved part of it. Let's see. Slider with text. Let's get rid of my comments there and see if it crashes. Man, the participants list on YouTube is weird too. Oh, yay. So it didn't crash. We've got the free time button ID. That's cool. We don't have the text of what our stuff is. Oh, I should use today. I should show off some of my setup, not probably on camera. I'm thinking the other way I could use the 2-camera setup is just use my fancy DSLR camera to do the overhead shot of the 4-track, but that's stupid because the Mac webcam shot looks bad. Needed to buy a camera, buy a second camera. I should use today. I think participants might only show people that have written in the chat recently. That is true, probably, because Nick is not showing up in participants now. I should grab some drums from the Pocket Operator, record them in, and then we can play with them on the delay, and that will be fun. I think that will be fun. The other thing I haven't tried my camera setup with is I haven't stood up on my desk yet to see how bad the camera doesn't work. Which we will do shortly because I'm getting fidgety. Okay. I guess let's make sure this works. Let me pause the music. And then we'll see how loud this is. I'm sorry if I blow your ears off. Okay, did I blow your ears off? Or is it okay? Good to know. Thank you for letting me know, Nick. Yeah, you're right. It's like chat recently. It's like you've streamed on YouTube before, Colin. It's a little quiet. Okay. How's that? It's like everything on YouTube is quieter. Okay, so it works. And it works that way too. Great. Okay. Everything works. Oh, and I fixed the UI problem. That's cool. So, but here's the problem. Let's bring Black Moth back in. Ugh. Problem there is in the effects panel when I instantiate this stuff. I don't want to have to. Oh, I should just flip the constructor. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. String movement ID equals. I'll show you why I'm going to do this in just a second. Okay, so now all my constructors should be broken. Unknown type sting. Okay. Now go back to the effects panel. Oh. Well, ruh-roh. Maybe I didn't want to do that. So what I wanted to do is just add the movement ID and then not have to say false there. Because if I give a non-defaulted argument, if I give an argument that's not a default argument, I have to put something there. But then it looks like this is true. I don't want to have to write true every time. All right, well, I'll take it back. I thought I was doing something cool. Okay, so we need to get the text back. Let's just build and make sure that these errors go away. Okay. Need to get the text back. I don't know if I copied that over. Slider with text and button. Oh. It's in the original slider with text, it looks like. If draw additional text. Are we setting that with anything? Because this is where that timing text comes in. We should be. It looks like it's not a thing I set in the constructor. Oh, draw additional text is wet. Okay. Well, that's not the only additional text, I don't think. Yeah, delete time. Okay. Draw additional text is false. Yeah, okay. Draw additional text, delete time string. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it does work because wet shows up, but this isn't showing up. I do not recall why. I do not recall why, my friends. It's really nice to not have to mod out a lot of people on YouTube yet. And it's nice that I've gotten, you two are my most regular viewers, so you're at least here, which is cool. It's kind of a shame that I can't see who's watching if if somebody's not participating. Like I could have multiple, it says 2 concurrent viewers, which is cool, but I could have more concurrent viewers and not know, so I don't know. Okay. Why would this delay time string not be painting? Let's see if it's actually getting set. Also, we have a debug statement somewhere. There's bool 0 parameters. Oh, okay. So we've got a bunch of debug statements coming from somewhere that I want to get rid of. Somebody's at my door. Hopefully they will not buzz me again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to set everything to be right back. Okay, I don't need that stuff. Yeah, hold on 1 second, friends. All right, I'm back. How are you guys? Everything's fine here. Nothing's wrong. Okay. Body adjustment. Okay, let's build and see if we're getting our delay time string. Doesn't look like we are. Come on, Reaper. Yeah, it looks like it's not somehow setting. Is it an effects panel, I think? Okay, yeah, debug delay time string is not going. Debug. Hi there. Build again. Shall we build again? We shall build again.
And now I can do the thing where I ruin your ears when I speak really softly and then cut the microphone. Make it really awkward. Hi, YouTube.
Okay. Hi there works. So we're getting in a hi there. Interesting. Oh, it might be hitting a default. Yeah. So that's, I bet that's, it's actually hitting the default. I bet that's what's going on. So let's debug time switch. Rebuild. How are you doing this afternoon, YouTube? I'm great. I'm just waiting for my plugin to build. Oh, it looks like it's done. Let's double check it. Okay, so 6. Something causes this math to change. This math has changed twice, and I don't know why. And I haven't changed any of the math to make the math change. I literally haven't affected the math at all that I know of. But sometimes the math changes. So this should be multiples of 2. 4, 2, 0. Speaking on behalf of this tiny fraction of YouTube, I'm doing exceptionally this afternoon. That's awesome. 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, okay, so it shows up for whole. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let's just change the cases again, because that's a thing. No. 2. Okay. What has you doing exceptionally well? Just watching Lord of the Rings? Because that's what would make my life exceptionally good. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings in forever. It's probably heresy at this point. Like, I'm surprised my wife and I are still together, because she hasn't divorced me for not watching Lord of the Rings in at least a year. It just happens. This is a very serious stream, YouTube. I don't know if you know this, but we're very, very serious here. If I could zoom my camera in and out and do the little zoomy thing, I would do that now. Just in your heart, know that I'm zooming you. My fingers are zooming you into my face and out of my face and into my face and out of my face. But I can't do that because I switched the camera lens, because this lens is nicer and I like this lens better. But it's a fixed focal length. It just is what it is. Hey, oh, there we go. Now the text works again. Okay. Nick and Colin, I need you to vote. I have the ability to turn these other 3 sliders into the types of sliders that have these thumbs on the edges, these thumbs on the ends, and then like I can do this whole movement speed thing where I just move this stuff around and then I tweak this, and then that moves back and forth automatically. I can change the bit reduction slider, the feedback slider, and the wet dry slider to do that as well. Or I will change the bit reduction, wet dry, and feedback slider to look like these other sliders with these like circular knobby button things that I really don't like. But I want the plugin to look uniform. The problem with making this happen on the other sliders is that the bit reduction slider is currently logarithmic. So like it gets down to the bottom and the little knob will move very quickly, and then it will move very slowly up the top. So where the actual bit reduction effect happens is very thin down here. It just doesn't, it feels weird. It looks weird when the other sliders are going linearly. So, thoughts? What are your votes? What should I do here? What do you think? Absolutely, I hadn't watched it in a bit too long as well. Also got my recording done last night, so feeling good about that. Are you posting videos on YouTube now? I feel like you were saying that you were doing tutorial videos, but I didn't know you were posting any of them yet. Then again, maybe I'm just not watching your feed as I should. Let me solve that. I'm going to solve that, Colin. I started posting them right when you left for vacation. Colin V audio for me. I'm slowly working my video. Ooh, look at you. Fmod what and why. Hey all, super excited to launch my YouTube series on Fmod and Unity. Let's like that. Let's like that. How am I not following you? I'll fix that now. Okay. I will have to watch your videos later after my stream. How hard would it be to scale the slider to offset the logarithmic scaling? More difficult than I want to put effort into it, I think. Because then I would like to offset the logarithmic scaling. Effectively, I have to logarithmically scale my movement speed, right? And I'm bad at math. I don't know how logarithms work. Like, literally never got to that math in school. I did some basic trigonometry, and I remember less than 0 of it. So at some point, I'm going to be doing much more math to be able to actually do cooler things in digital audio, and I will do that over time. But today is not that day, and I don't think that this plugin is that plugin. I will watch them with joy. I probably won't critique them too hard for you, but like, the critique I have is keep doing it. Like that. When you start, don't stop. Or if you decide that you hate it, then stop and move on to something different. Okay. Well, let's do the easy thing first, shall we? And we'll make these all the same slider style so we can see what that looks like. And let's also change the color of the slider knobs so that they look better. Can I default that? Yeah, I can. Because I have my own slider. Let's slider style. So here's the slider style. Horizontal? Linear horizontal. Is there a... Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. And then let's do slider set color slider color IDs thumb color ID colors maroon. That should fix it. I taught myself math and I still didn't get it. Well, how does that work, Nick? If you teach yourself math and you still don't understand it, aren't you supposed to understand it when you teach it yourself? Like, if you don't understand it, you keep going back to learn? Is that not how that works? I need to move the camera just about right here instead of right here. Not right there, right there. Let me do that. Let me try that. Hold on. Oh man, I need to get a Stream Deck or something to make this easier. Okay. Oh, not that one. Not that one. This one. There we go. Hey, it's a little bit better of a shot. I like that shot a little bit better. I kind of need to have me. I'm centered here, but if I like lean in, it still works. It still works. All right. And it's easier. I don't have to like lean all the way over this time. Okay. What didn't you get logs? Let's see. Oh. You're talking to Nick, not me. Okay. I'm back too, Colin. Let's build. Let's see what this looks like. Hey-oh. That was quick. I don't... Now there's so much maroon. I don't hate that. Hold on. I think I have another idea. Let's try that. Ooh, that's ugly. That's ugly. Also, I think the maroon doesn't work partially because the numbers here on the like quarter notes, whatever, is also maroon. So, but gold is too yellow of a color on this. Ugh. Yeah. All right. Let's show you. Let's see. Let me see if I can show you how I do colors. How I tend to steal colors. You'll like this idea. So, well, whoa. Okay. This is how I do colors. So this is the school that I went to for college. Which is weird that they only have logos you can download. It's not the actual colors. None of this existed when I was there. Literally the only branding they had was this when I was there. Was the word mark. But pull up my chat again. Okay. And here's what's weird. My college now has an esports team or esports league, which is super weird. I don't get it. That's kind of a cool thing though. The logo has like this little computer circuit PCB in the back. So what I normally do is try to steal the colors from like university logos and stuff. Cause you'll see Washington State University is also their maroon color. Like they have the very same colors that my university did. So, you see that they've got their different color sets and like accents and things, and you can come in here and grab the actual values. And that way you never, if you're a bad designer like me and you don't know how visual colors work and you're not very good at it, people design these things professionally. You can go to colleges and universities that you like the color schemes of and then go, copy the color scheme effectively and tweak it a little bit. So, let's see. I think there's a spec. Here we go. Perfect. I want this. The hex code. Let's see how... I don't remember how Juice uses hex codes. Okay. And then you get the column V audio. Some of the Algebra 2 and Algebra 1 kind of confused me. It's probably easy to you. What types of math did you take in college? Are you asking Colin or are you asking me, Nick? Or both? Let's see. Hold on. Juice. Docs.juice.com. Ah. Okay. We want color. Okay, so that's how you do. Can I do color hex? I took up to Calc 3. I never even took Calc 1. And if it makes you feel any better, I took 1 year of computer science and did Java and failed. I failed out. The reason why I'm an audio person, not a computer programmer, is because I failed out of... I didn't fail out of college. I fell out of computer science. Okay. So it looks like we need a red, green, blue, not a hex. Pixel ARGB. I don't know what that means. So let's just do the RGB value because that'll be easier. Okay. So that's 198, 146, and 20. What did we say? 146 and 20. I think that's how I do it. I don't remember. Cancel. We've already got Reaper running. I was initially planning to go into engineering though. Oh, what math did I take? Oh, I didn't take any math in college. I think. Did I? Maybe I took a math class, but I was like, if I took a math class in college, it was like first semester of freshman year, and it was so long ago that would have been, almost 20 years ago. That's just a weird thought. Okay, I don't like that either. It's better, but now it looks like ketchup and mustard. It's just weird. I think what I would like to do, even though, well, let's see. Let me see if I can mess with this a bit. I could brain overload Albert Einstein could figure out only. No. I remember Calc 2D being really difficult, but once you get the concepts there, Calc 3 just felt like abstractions of the same ideas. So here, Nick and Colin, here's a valuable lesson for you. Those courses exist. Right? Like some people have created those courses and kids take them and kids pass those courses. Therefore, like, you don't have to be a super brain to pass them. Like, you don't have to, like, it's possible for you to do. It might be difficult for you to wrap your mind around the concepts, but it's not impossible to do. And if you're interested enough and you have a reason enough to learn and do it, then it's totally, you're capable of doing it. I just started a speed reading class 2 or 3 weeks ago. Went from like 190 words per minute reading to I'm over 500 words per minute in like 3 weeks. 2 weeks, something like that. It's not impossible. You just have to put the focused effort in to actually do it and want to do your goal, right? So yeah, but my math classes for college, I think I did maybe some basic intro math class. General math. Had I stayed with computer science, I probably would have had to do more. But when I went to school, I wanted to be a web designer, not a web developer. And that wasn't a thing. Like, they didn't teach that in schools, really, at the time. I believe it or not, I wanted to do visual design. I was designing people's, like, bands' MySpace pages and stuff in high school. Actually, earlier than that. Well, yeah, something like that. And then I went in and did a year of computer science, failed out of that, and then went into theater, and then started learning how sound works, and here I am. So I'm just going back on like 20 years of life now and like relearning everything that I wish I had learned 20 years ago. So, okay, so let's say that we keep the thumb colors the way they are. Okay, set color, additional text color. Where did that come in? Is that defaulted? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, color black there. Where? What? Did I default the color? Draw additional text, wet, colors black, 12-point font, but then I do draw additional colors down here, or draw additional text down here. Did I have two? Ah, it does default. Okay, so what if I default this to a different color? Actually, $198, $146.20. I'm not gonna like this. I can guarantee you. I do want to change the thumb color on those movement sliders. Yeah, I don't like the yellow. It looks like ketchup and mustard. Just looks like some fancy Grey Poupon and some dark ketchup. Not a big fan. Yeah. There you go. You got it. The nice thing about learning as an adult too is like you get the thing that you wanted in school. In school you had to take all the courses that you didn't care about. And what I've learned as an adult too is it's not so much like 20 or 30 years later now. I wish I had paid more attention in high school and middle school math. I wish I had focused harder, and I wish I had studied more. Nobody taught me how to study. Nobody taught me the importance of focusing and paying attention and why I was doing it. I loved to play video games as a kid. And I loved to listen to music as a kid. And I loved the arts and a lot of things related to it. And I had a fairly difficult upbringing. Yeah, I mean, like, I can make a lot of reasons as to why from about 6th or 7th grade on, like, I just kind of quit working at school and got passable grades effectively to make it out and get to college. And when I got to college, I had to work harder. And then I kind of found an interest when I got to theater, but it wasn't really until actually really recently that I was like, I have a goal that I want to achieve to learn to program a computer and to do all of these things. And then I started setting out what I needed to do those things. And I went back through school last year for C++ programming and did a certificate course online. And it was probably the hardest schooling I've done in a really long time, but I had a reason to do it. And in my own time, in addition to the assignments that I was given, I was relating that to things that I was interested in. So I was building programs and asking people questions who were professionals and going, how does this relate to audio programming or doing whatever type of programming I want to do? In doing the speed reading course, it's not like I'm reading some sort of, book that I don't care about that I'm being assigned for school. I'm reading a book that I'm interested in, right? So what I found is, as an adult, if you can take concepts like calculus or things that you've been intimidated to learn, but you've deep down inside you actually really want to learn, you're just making excuses as to how hard it is, that you don't want to learn it, or you won't learn it because it's so hard, even though you're like, I bet everybody who watches this would go, if I said to you, like Nick, if I said to you, there's a world in which you know calculus 3 like the back of your hand and can do really difficult equations, and therefore it helps you understand the logistics of like how your plugins actually work, right? Or you can do like complex physics problems that, you know, inform the physics of, you know, video games or whatever. If I said that you're capable of doing that, or you did have that capability, you actually learned that and could explain it to a layman in such terms of where it would be easy to understand. Like if you tell somebody that they can be smarter, they, you know, have the capability or whatever, nobody's going to turn you down to actually do that. The difficulty comes in from most teaching is absolutely very generic and wide ranging because you don't know who the student's going to be. Like if you go and do programming courses, if you learn C# programming, they're just going to teach you the basic syntax of C#, and they're going to teach you concepts related to, you know, how C# coding works, even C++, something like that, because they don't know what the end result of the thing that you want to make is. With C++, you can make Photoshop, you can make an operating system, you can make all sorts of stuff, right? You can make a calculator. But I don't care about making a calculator. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but I care less about making a calculator than I care about making a audio plugin, right? So if I can relate the concepts that I'm learning to a thing I want to make and have this result of a thing that I'm really interested in, then really, like, I only need to know a small subset of C++ programming, and then I get the thing that I want to make too. So there's something to be said for generalized teaching, because having a wide range of understanding of concepts and how they interrelate is very important. But what I found is when you learn about things that are disparate or seem disparate from one another, like digital audio and programming, those concepts interweave each other like this. And once you learn how like digital audio works with computer programming, you understand digital audio better, and you understand computer programming better because you understand two different concepts and how they work. So this is literally why I'm recording live in front of a camera instead of just doing voice over still images. It's a thing I told myself I'm bad at, but I really want to learn. Yeah, and the only way to get better is to be bad at it. Like, be bad at it long enough until you're good at it. It's called practice, right? Like, you guys are literally watching me make a plugin in real time. And so this will have been like 6 months or 8 months of work by the time it's done. And I will have learned a lot of different concepts about how Juice works. And this is all just practice. Okay. I hated that color. What do I want to change it with? The gray is fine. I know I wanted to change the movement knobs to gray. Let's see. I'm really glad I'm able to play music that I'm into and then share it with you. I'm so happy about that today. Movement slider, where are you? Movement attachment. Add make visible movement speed. Set color. There we are. $94, 106, 113. So yeah, now you see how I steal my color scheme ideas. You can go to literally any professional sports team, any college team, anything that has like a color branding, they're going to have some sort of formal, this is how we color our thing. I don't like that either. That's too dark. Huh. That makes the delay time color, like the yellow color, less ugly. It's a very good lesson from Adam for today. Words that need to be reminded. I do my best. I mean, when I'm telling you guys these things, I'm telling these reminders to myself. So, because I used to all the time be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm never going to be good at that, I can never gonna, whatever. But the reality is, I just learned if I bonk the table that my camera shakes. Let's see how bad that is. It's a little bad. Not too bad. I bought a boom arm. The camera is now on a boom arm. It's not. Let me see. No, I don't have the original. Oh, yeah. This was my original camera stand. Flip it out of my hands. That's an Instagram clip right there. If one of you would clip that. I don't know how to do that anymore. Oh, I was trying to open the side that can't open. Yeah. It does this thing. It's a 2-in-1. Come on. There we go. So it can stand and have a camera on it. And, bend down to a specific position. What have you, right? Or I can turn it into a pistol grip. And then I can point the camera around with a pistol grip, right? It's a little cheap thing that I bought a long time ago, but it's come in very good use in a lot of different situations. But what I wanted was to take up less desk space and to have a thing that could like swing in and out. And so, camera stand on a boom arm. So this little boom arm that you see, you kind of see it a little bit with the microphone on it. Same boom arm, but I've got a different, it's attached to the desk, where this one is actually attached to my monitor stand, believe it or not. Okay, I don't like the color scheme of this at all. I'm really tired of sitting, so we're going to test the camera and see how bad and ugly this looks when I move. Here we go. Hopefully I don't break anything. Okay, doesn't go high enough. Let me fix that. Hold on, folks. Let me go to loopback and shut off my mic so you don't hear a bunch of crap. Okay, that's more better. It's not perfect, but it's more better. Okay. Still cutting off my head. I guess I could raise it up a little bit more. Let's just do that. Behind the scenes of my home. Yeah, that's a better picture. I think. Now I look a little cattywampus. Okay. Let's not worry about it. Let's get back to programming, shall we? I don't like the colors. What are we going to do about this? Accents? So here's the varying shades we can play with. Let's try that. I like 181, 186, and 190. Yeah, it's a little better. I wonder. I've got an idea. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. They only have 2 shades of maroon? That's stupid. That's really dumb. Primary palette, crimson and gray. My wife would kill me using Washington State colors, but they're the same colors as my university, so I like that. I guess I could use the accent colors. I guess I could use the red accent. 198, 12, 48. Let's see how that looks. 198, 12, 48. I think that would look good on the delay time slide, on the delay time text. I don't like it on the slider. Let's try that. And then let's change, no, not S. And then let's change the text default to, whoa, the accent color. Three concurrent viewers. Hello, new viewer. Okay, so I like that on the delay time there. I don't like the accent color here because it's too white. It's not dark enough. I wonder if I could do like a thumb outline. Nope. Doesn't look like it. This is why at some point I'm going to end up drawing my own sliders. Okay. Blarg. Because also the hard thing about plugins is like the UI. You just never know what colors are going to work. You can add stuff that other people have done accents on, but like, that's a weird, different look I hadn't thought about. Where it's like almost all black. Now I want the text sizes to be a little bigger. And I wonder if I can make the thumbs any bigger. How do you guys like that? Are you feeling that at all? I'm like, not against it. I think I should make the free time button color accent that brighter red. Hmm. What about something that isn't quite white for the background? I don't think the background is it white? I don't remember. Yeah, I could do that, but I think, I don't know, it just might mess with some stuff. I kind of don't mind flat white for the background. I wish I could change like the track height. Track color ID. Oh, okay. You know? Also, here's the other thing is maroon is a different color than what they're using there. So, let's see. But let's do this as the track color. Let's see how weird this is. Black. Yep. Build. Oh, that's weird. That's super weird. I kind of like it though. I kind of like it. Let me play with the thumbs now. I kind of like that. Kind of a fan. Oh, That needs to be darker. That's kind of cool. I kind of like it black better. But I do like how this track coloring works. That's really weird and interesting. That's the default gray. Let's see. Slider. Okay, so thumb color ID, track color ID, background color ID. I bet that's the one that does the background color for the thing. Let's try background color ID. Just something obnoxious. Sorry, I'm gonna move around for a minute. Gotta get myself situated. Oh! Yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting. Whee! That's interesting. All these new possibilities now. What do I want? Let's see what this looks like. Gray for the empty slider. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna try. I don't hate this, but that does indicate to me that really, like, the color I want here is, I want this maroon and I think I want black. Or at least a very almost black. I don't hate that. I'm also not a huge fan of it. Here's what I think we're gonna do. Let's do this color first. In which case we probably should just make a new color. Let's do this. Face defines. Nope, nope, nope. I love treating code like... I love having like a CSS-esque format to code sometimes. Like just putting a central helper file and then being able to access it from everywhere else. That's really nice. Okay, it's not bad, but I do like the dark better. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the background of the plugin, the preset area to the same color. Okay, so let's change that to this. Let's see how we like this. Oh, actually, I wanted that. And then yeah, that's not horrible. I think now we need an accent color though. Like I wish I could change the middle thumb color, but not the exterior thumb colors. And I don't think Juice allows me to do that. If those middle thumbs could be like a nice accented lighter gray, that'd be real nice. Let's see. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try it. See if it works. Do we like that? Oh, weird. It doesn't change the rotary color, so the rotary color thing must be different. Dang, I really want that middle thumb to be a different color. What are my options? Color ID. Background color ID, thumb color ID, track color ID, text box outline, text box out, text box text color, text box outline, rotary slider fill color, rotary slider outline color. Let's try that. I think the camera is shaking when I type. Yep, it is. When I shake the screen, the camera shakes. Is that annoying for you guys? Let's see how bad it is. I'm typing away and I'm shaking a little bit, and yeah, it's a little annoying. How do you guys care? I don't know if the camera's attached to the desk, it's gonna shake no matter what I do. There's only so much I can do about it. Interesting. Okay. So let's swap those. Ugh. Copy that. If you were full screen, it'd be annoying, but it's not too bad with a small camera. All right. Is what it is. I'll probably bring the camera arm is out pretty wide, so I can probably bring it in a little closer. I'll probably just switch to the other lens. I really wish I knew something smart about cameras, because what I'd really like is the same focal angle in same depth of focus in the frame and everything, but to bring my camera in much closer to me physically. And the lens I have on there right now is is a 50 millimeter lens. I don't know, I'll have to Google this later. I like my 50 millimeter lens, but the camera's got to be way far away from me for it to focus really nice. So track color ID doesn't do anything here. Okay. Quit. Yes. Build. Ugh. I still think that this is what I'd like, is I'd like this thumb to be right there. I don't think I can do that. Thumb color ID. Some guys, see guys, nice motivation today. Oh, thank you for watching, Nick. I think that's your saying goodbye. Appreciate your time. I'm going to be logging off shortly myself. Yeah, I think it's thumb color ID, and you just get to set all three. Let's see. Yeah, I don't don't think I can. I don't think anybody's ever even asked for this before. Motion blur on meters, ooh. Yeah, you'd have to. Oh. Tab color ID. Oh, tabbed button bar. Okay. Yeah, I think you only get one. That sucks. Well, in that case, I think what I want is... I think this will make me the most happy. We had 4 concurrent viewers at one small short point today. That's cool. Yeah, I think I like this the best. It does provide some color to the thing. I think. Now I'm like thinking of other GUI ideas, like taking the bars that make up the E and adding a red bar next to the gray ones. That might be kind of cool. I think I do want to lose the accent color on the text. Excuse me. Let's make this its own color. Whoa. There we go. And then this should default everything correctly. And then I'll upload a new version and then I'll call it a day. Oh, the free time button color is going to be wrong. Yeah. Okay. Where do I set all that up? Did I set the colors here? Interesting. No. Button clicked. Where did I set the colors for the button? Movement speed. Slider bounce. So I do set button text, set bounds, button add listener, add and make visible. Oh, button nah. Button attachment's not anything weird and new. Where do I set the color on the button? Where? Draw for the text. Do I set it in the... No, I don't set it in the effects panel, do I? Bet I do. Okay, add the parameter values. Time switch, set toggle state is false. Draw additional text, set button state false. No? What in the world? Okay. Where did I do it in slider with button? Now I'm really confused. No, it's not the default color. But it is not. Oh. I know where I did it. In here. In the look and feel. Yeah. Because if you don't want to set the color settings for everything, you can do it in here. Text button color settings. Okay, so let's set this to suspension maroon. Hopefully it sees it. Yeah, should. Yeah. And in fact, I can probably grab most of these. Well, no, let's not. Let's not worry about that. It already works. Okay, so now if I build, this should all have the same colors. Yeah. I'm okay with that. This looks better than it did. It's cool. All right. Let's make a release version of this. And upload it. Then soon I will make suspension.adamtcroft.com and people will be able to download this whenever they want it. Put some things in the trash. Set a scheme to release. Build the AU from scratch. This theoretically could be the finished plugin. Like really close to it at least. Theoretically. Okay, so the AU has built. Let's build the VST3 and release. And the next time we will make beat on the pocket operator, record it, and start making some cool beats, some cool sounds with the plugin. Now that we've fixed up the GUI. All right, let's make this happen. All the important things off camera. Off screen, I suppose. Oh, I forgot. Have to rebuild. Interface defines. We have to redefine what version number we're at, both in Juice and in here. I should really just take the Juice version number, but I don't know how to do that. Let's look that up, shall we? Let's look that up. Build number along with version numbers. Getting and testing Juice version number. Define get Juice version number. Oh, Juice underscore version. So I made this Twitter thread yesterday going through a bunch of the games that stood out to me this year, and I tagged some of the smaller devs for their games. Sweet. Let's try this, and then let's see. Let's just try a thing. And now your inbox is a couple of those devs retweeted your tweet, and now your inbox is a nightmare. Welcome to when you succeed at a tweet. That is what tweet success looks like. Oh, I didn't want to. Crud. Making life hard on myself, Colin. I want to try to mess with the version number and make this work. But I did that before. I need to go back to the debug mode, which means I need to delete all the versions I just made. Hopefully that means that you will have some more devs wanting to reach out and work with you soon. That would be rad. Wait, I need to make this debug. Edit scheme, debug, close. I'd be fine with this. I mean, just do the same thing on Instagram, man. That's how I got somebody reaching out to me for contract work. Just by posting content up regularly for a couple of months. All right, here we go. Oh, that's weird. 3932220. That's not what I wanted at all. Get juice version number. Oh. That's what I wanted. Plugin description version. Let's try that. Invalid use of non-static data member version. This is what it says for me to do. Plugin description class. The name of the plugin. The descriptive name of the plugin. The version. So if anybody's used this. I just want to see an example. But I don't see one. This is a very entertaining stream right now. I'm Googling things and talking to myself. This is so entertaining. Sounds like programming, though. Yeah. What was that? Acceptable. Invalid use of non-static data member version. How do I pull the version out then? Because I can't make a new plugin description. Okay, so it's all public. So is it plugin description dot version? That doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah, it does not refer to about you. This makes no sense. How does plugin description work, Colin? I need you to explain this to me. Exactly. Juice API. A small class meant to represent some facts about the thing. Do I just make a new plugin description? But that doesn't seem to make any sense. Yeah, because it's the audio processor. Should learn more about leak detector. What the crap? Is this gonna like take up another hour of my time? No, I don't want to add to favorites. Well, I think I'm going to be screwed for now. I think I should just go back to what I was doing. And I'll figure that out later. What I would really like to do is to be able to put the version number that's in the producer into here automatically by just putting it in the producer, but apparently that's not going to happen right now. Alright, let's build these. Build these and release. Then I'll log off. Says I've still got 2 viewers, so whoever is hanging out with Colin, thank you for hanging out today. Appreciate you being involved, even if you're not chatting. It's just totally fine. Alright, let's at the same time, let's update the version numbers so I can put this up so Colin, you can download it. Slowly building. Whoa. Whoa. Knocking my mouse all around like a crazy man. And then I'll have to go write an article and do some other madness.
You expect too much from me, Internet. You expect way too much content from me, Internet.
We're still building. If you didn't know that, oh, we're now done. We're done with the AU. We're now done with the VST. We're going to build the VST now. Okay, you ready? Okay, now we're building.
We're now building the VST.
Because you can tell that I'm like overtired or bored or something at this point. Go, build, go. Well, this has been a successful first YouTube stream, I think. I do believe. Need to work on stuff in the video, like activity in chat and whatnot. We got a like, apparently. That's cool. I don't know what that is, but yeah, YouTube. Okay, cool. We built. Let's package it. Okay. Payload, plugins, component. Yeah, it should all still be the same. File, build. Okay. And now bam. Just make completely sure I did it in release. Okay, cool. Well, Colin, you should be able to get the latest version that we just finished and play with it as to your heart's content. Everybody else, you'll get it soon. Here, have another. That's a little loud. What was a little loud? Was it me cupping my mic and barking at you? Well, you should now have that version of the plugin, and I'll be back next week, 2 p.m. We'll do it again. We'll make some more stuff, whether it's this plugin or something else. Maybe we'll make some cool delayed, distorted beats. It'll be great. Till then, have a great. I'm glad you had a fantastic New Year. Everybody who's watching on VOD, it's good to have you here. Thanks for watching on YouTube. We'll talk to you more later next week. We'll cut some stuff up. It'll be fantastic. Until then.